Do they come back? Do they watch you? What we have to look at here is your relationship with them, whether that's a family member, whether that's a friend, whether that's in a romantic sense, okay? Do these people come back into your life? The simple answer is only if you let them. And if we're talking about are they stalking you or are they watching you, that's a whole different other matter. Because actually, yes, they are. They do watch you. They watch everything that you do, or probably most things that you do. Nowadays, it makes it so easy to stalk someone or keep tabs on someone or just know what someone else is doing. I mean, you've got things like Instagram, you've got Instagram stories. On Facebook, you've got, the check-in tab. So you've got to think about how much information you are actually sharing out there into the world, and if your accounts are public. This enables others or people that you don't want to know what you're doing to actually know exactly what you are doing. So these are the things that you need to really think about when you are sharing information out there. And yes, I'm talking even years after the breakup of that relationship, or when you have gone no contact with that family member, that ex-partner of yours. Other ways that they would be watching you or keeping tabs on you is through mutual people, mutual friends, possibly mutual friends and their social media. It's any way that they can get information from you without you actually knowing that they're getting information from you. What you have to realize is, again, this is all, in a way, this is all voluntary. You're putting this information out there because that's what we do, when we have social media accounts, when we have family or friends that we don't see for a long time. Of course, we use social media to be able to, contact or to kind of keep up to date with others and what's going on. But the thing is, that information, you have no control over who is seeing it and who is using it. And that also includes ex-narcissistic people that have been in your life. But also I understand that with social media, you only share the happy times or the good times. So it's not really a true reflection of what and when you are doing things. But this information is stored and kind of recorded. And yes, that person that we're talking about does actually, and yes, that toxic person or the narcissistic individual is watching, okay? And they are looking at what you are doing. The other thing that you need to consider here is time, okay? Is the concept of time. A narcissistic individual or a toxic individual has the concept of time is completely different for them. They don't view it the same way that you do. There could be months and even years, and in some cases even decades have passed. So that is quite a substantial amount of time to have passed, and it doesn't matter. Because again, they are watching, they are keeping tabs, they are wanting to know what you are doing, and they will still try and reach out or make contact with you. So stay around while I answer why this actually happens, because we have a whole lot to talk about. So why does this happen? Why do these types of people continuously watch us, continuously want to know what we are doing without maybe even making contact with yourself, and maybe possibly even using others to gather that information? And make no mistake, they will sit there watching and they will want to know, they will keep tabs on you. Why do they do this? The thing is, this all has to do with attachment disorder, okay? When you attach yourself to someone in a healthy way, you allow that relationship to develop. So you allow trust to develop. And when you don't have time where you allow this relationship to develop, what happens is in toxic or narcissistic individuals, it's all overwhelming, it's all very fast paced. That's why they want you to like them so much in the beginning. So they know that they've got you, that you like them and that you want to be with them. So then they don't have to keep up this pretense. That's what an attachment disorder really is when another person can't attach to another, or they're not able to relate. So that is what an attachment disorder is when another person cannot bond to another in a healthy way. It's always done so quickly, so abstract, and it overwhelms the victim, it overwhelms the other person. That's why it's called a disorder, because the whole attachment is disordered. It's quickly formed and it's quickly dissolved. So what I mean by that, for example, they lie, they're not able to keep to their side of the bargain. They tend to create false promises, this future faking, dream of a relationship that is going to be. They cannot connect, they cannot commit. And so this is where the dysfunction is really prevalent in these types of interactions. So relating that back to why the narcissist comes back, simply because they are watching, they cannot disconnect from you. It's kind of like they believe that you are theirs. They cannot disengage from you. They need to know what you're doing. It's a kind of like possession. You belong to them because they objectify people, because they see people as objects. And if you are an object, that object is forever yours, right? Like your mobile phone, like a pair of jeans, like your makeup brushes. They are yours. They are objects that belong to you. So you can do whatever you want with them, because that type of person is not able to connect in a healthy way. They can't relate to you in a way that is healthy, in a way that deepens with time, in a way that they're able to be empathetic and understand or feel your emotions, or be able to empathize with your emotions and what you're going through. It is cut off. They're not able to understand you. They don't want to understand you because they are so disengaged or dissociated from themselves, right? So when they come back, when you have this stalking behavior, they're continuously watching you. They don't like you, actually, but they watch you. They don't like you because they don't like the fact that you have a normal life, that you are getting on with your life, how you are doing without them, why you are getting on with your life. You're not allowed to, because you belong to them and they control you. The object, that object belongs to you, you control that object. They don't like the fact that you have gone, or whether they have discarded you. Again, they will still want to watch what you are doing, because it's all to do with objectification. This is when the obscurity remains. This is where it becomes really messy. They watch you. They want to know what you're doing, because they want to know if they can make contact with you. They want to know if they're able to make contact, because this is why the narcissist has a harem of people. They're in contact with their ex-partners, for example, because it's all to do with the attachment disorder. So when the question comes up, the answer is they do, but only if you allow them to. They will make contact in some form or another, but it's up to you how much of them you allow them in. Okay, this is why that no contact rule is so important. It doesn't just work at the beginning. It works, weeks, months, years, decades later. They will try and make some sort of contact with you. And as I've explained, the reasons why they do is because of their dysfunctional way of attaching themselves to another person. It's like, do you know what I was watching recently? And I know it's Halloween soon, but I was watching the actual film Halloween, and Michael Myers comes back, to haunt his sister or to kill his sister. It's 40 years. He was in a psychiatric hospital and he was in detainment, but he still comes back. He still comes back. And I know this is completely in a completely different context, and I don't know why that has come to my mind, probably because I was watching the movie not so long ago. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, they come back because they cannot let go. There is always something, or there's always something or other that they need to know. And you've got to understand, narcissistic and toxic people are people collectors. They collect people, and that's all to do with the disorganized or the dysfunctional attachment that they have towards another human being. And it's not one that we tend to be able to understand, but what we do see is the very odd behaviors, the stalking, the coming back, the running away. All of this is to do with attachment disorder. Okay, so I really hope that this sheds light on why you have a narcissistic stalker, why you have someone who is watching you all the time. You've got to understand that when you have a narcissistic person, or when you're around narcissistic people, you are going to be watched. They are going to want to know what you're doing. When you realize this, when you understand that this is what's going on here and how dysfunctional actually they really are, it really helps to kind of answer some questions in your mind. And what you've got to look at is the behavior, right? So that's what you see is the behavior, but understanding really why they behave that way that they do, simply because they can't relate to another person in a healthy way, which makes them look very odd and appear very, very odd. And that's why these kind of behaviors happen. That's why the stalking happens. That's why them coming back happens, basically. So guys, I really hope that this information really helps you. For more insightful blogs and posts, please do see my Patreon membership. All the information is actually down below. If this video has given you insight and has helped you, please do give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe for more videos. They're going to be actually happening more frequently now, so for more videos weekly, please do subscribe, okay, and make sure you hit that bell button. And if you have a question for me and you want me to specifically answer it for you in a video, please do check out the Wizio, which I have left the link down below, and I will get back to you with a personalized message just for you. I am also over on Instagram, so please do check me out and give me a follow. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.